Wow, it looks like universe is going all out today. We have, let's shift you down a little bit. Psychic Oracle deck and Mediumship training deck and, can you believe it? Getting into the Vortex cards. Getting a little message from Abraham too. All right, all right. All right. Let's begin with the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Looks like there's either multiple messages coming through or there's a big message coming through. Guess we all need to hear it, whatever this is. Message of the day. Hope. Oh, okay. All out. 2 cards. Whoa. And for those of you into numerology, 1 plus 7 equals 8. So we have 2 8s. Whoa. Those of you who need a message of hope, if you've been feeling like things aren't happening fast enough, or things, maybe things aren't happening fast enough, or you're just maybe not seeing a way towards where you're wanting to go. This is a message of hope. And then with the accelerated motion, things are speeding up. Things are speeding up, and maybe from where you're standing, you're not seeing it. But yeah. I mean, also from the accelerated motion card, you can see from the perspective of the person, the human on Earth, right? But then if you also look from the perspective of the star, of the shooting star, looking down on Earth, it's 2 different perspectives, right? So maybe you need to kind of sometimes when you're focusing in too narrowly on something that's right in front of your face and you're not looking from the bigger perspective, that maybe you can step back and look from the source energy perspective, right, at whatever's going on, and you'll see it differently, and you'll see that, wait, there is stuff going on. I mean, maybe if I look too close, it looks like nothing's moving, but if I step back and look, actually there's a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, message of hope, accelerate emotion. In traditional tarot, the hope card is also the star card, okay? And then accelerated motion is also the 8 of wands. So that's exciting. Ooh, let's see what else is gonna come out. Mediumship training deck. There's a very highly spiritual vibe to this reading today, because all 3 of these decks are about connecting with your source energy, connecting with, you can call God, universe, spirit, inner being, higher self, all of that I kind of use interchangeably. But basically connecting with the spiritual, the non-physical realm, right? Okay. Nature's healing power. Nature is not only something we see with our eyes, but also something we feel and experience in our body, mind, and spirit. It can be wonderfully restorative to our overall well-being. Now is the time to let your body absorb the healing power that nature has to offer. And, this is from the mediumship training deck, so you don't have to be training for mediumship, but this next part, when doing any mediumistic work, you have to remember that you're the vessel or conduit through which non-physical information flows. Every cell, every organ, every fiber of your being is used when you work at a higher vibrational level. There will be times when your chi, your vital, excuse me, your vital life force energy could be running low. Spending too much time indoors will also disconnect you from your natural state, which can leave you feeling drained or lethargic. So that kind of applies in every case, not only when you're doing mediumistic work, right? That when your life force is not flowing. So like in this case, when we were talking about the hope card where like maybe things don't seem to be moving, that could also be speaking about your energy, right? And then this accelerated motion could be talking about your energy speeding up. Okay. Also, when I see this card, sometimes the hope card with the yellow ball of light, if you could look, you can see your soul, your spirit, your inner being right there in the middle of that ball of light. And then also, if you look even closer, focus, you can see that the yellow is actually all these little figures, right, of you. It's like your energy emanating, expanding, and all these millions of little yous. It's really cool, this image, actually. It took me a long time to see those little tiny beings in there, too. It's like you have to look close, pay attention. But anyway, yeah, so it could be talking about your energy speeding up also, right? Nature welcomes you by offering the warmth of the sun and the healing, grounding properties of the earth. Breathe deeply as you take in the wonder of nature's colors that can be found in its forests, meadows, flowers, and mountains, as well as the sky. Looking up at the sky, at the stars, right? Being with the mountains in the background right here. Let them charge your spirit as they infuse and energize your aura. If you can, spend quiet time in the solace of your own company by the ocean, river, or a stream. Listen to the natural rhythmic music of the water as it soothes your soul. By doing all this, you'll not only feel stronger and healthier, but you'll become a more grounded medium. Okay? And even just a very grounded human being in general, right? So connect with nature. Okay. Let's see. What else? Oh, that's so funny. Let's get grounded. That's so funny. Okay. And then from Abraham's deck, getting into the vortex. This one is specifically for relationships. And then they have two other decks. One is for money and finances. The other one is for physical health, the body. Okay. Message of the day. Our source is one of love, not condemnation. And then here are two people looking into the non-physical realm, into space, very similar to the accelerated motion, right? Looking into space. When you pay attention to the way you feel and deliberately choose more thoughts that feel good while you think them, you will begin to recognize the nature of your broader non-physical desires. Let's read that again. When you pay attention to the way you feel, your emotions, and deliberately choose more thoughts that feel good while you think them, you will begin to recognize the nature of your broader non-physical desires. The majority of negative emotions that you feel are not because the subject of your thought is wrong, but instead because you are condemning something that your source does not condemn. Your source is one of love, not one of condemnation. Okay, so this is talking about when you pay attention to your emotions and you begin to, and you choose feeling good, right? And you think more thoughts that feel good, think more thoughts that feel good, it raises your vibration. And as your vibration raises, then you start to connect with your source energy, connect with your source energy. Like we were talking about here, where you're bringing your human perspective up to the higher vibration, your source energy perspective, your God perspective. And then when you bring yourself to your God perspective, then you begin to love in the same way that source loves, because you begin to see things from the bigger perspective. And then you'll recognize, you'll understand your negative emotions. It's not that what you're thinking, the focus of what you're thinking about is wrong. It's the way you're thinking about it is different from how you're, it's kind of like looking at your situation. So if we're talking about here where you know, some of us are needing to hear them about the message of hope, that things are speeding up for you, you know, in some way, that when you step back and you look from the bigger perspective, from your source perspective, that what you're looking at in your life, you might be feeling bad about it and needing to feel hope about it, like needing this message of hope, because you're not seeing it quite the quote right way, in the sense that you're not seeing it from the perspective of love. And your God self, your source self, is seeing exactly where you are in your life from the perspective of love. And your source, your higher self, is not condemning you for being exactly where you are. And the reason why you may be feeling bad and feeling like things aren't moving is because you're looking at it in a way where you're condemning yourself for being exactly where you are. Ooh, right? Have you been doing that? And so they're saying, step back, raise your vibration, begin, you know, take a look at your thoughts, pay attention to how you're feeling, and choose to feel good. Choose things to look at to feel good, like nature. You know, if you're out in nature and away from the busyness of everything else, you're more likely to be able to raise your vibrations and to ground your spirit back into your body, so that you can begin to see more, view more from your spirit's perspective. And then from that perspective of love, looking at your own life exactly where it is, you'll see how perfect everything actually is, and you'll see that things are moving. You are going towards where you're wanting to go, and you're no longer condemning yourself. You're no longer saying like, bad me for doing this, or bad me for being here, you know, because it's not bad. It's not bad when you step back and you look at yourself with love, you know, and you see, oh, it's actually perfect exactly where I am. Then energy starts to move. You'll start to feel more hope in your life, right? Things will start to open, energy starts to flow. All right. So love yourself, love your life. See from your spirit is you, but just from that higher perspective, right? Not narrowed all the way down to the human perspective. From the human perspective, it's great to be human, in the sense that you get to really feel physical reality. Like it's so real, everything is so real, right? And when everything is so real and it's good, it's amazing. When everything is so real and you're feeling bad about it, it's terrible. It's just like magnified terrible, right? So Yeah, raise your vibes, step back, take a look from that source perspective, and then when you see that everything is good and you're like, "Oh, everything is actually really really great." Then you can zoom back into your human perspective and really enjoy your physical life exactly where it is. And then it's amazing again. Awesome. All right, that is a deep message. That is a very deep message. Multiple layers. All right, you guys, have a good one. See ya.